morning! We are back today with the what. So we've gone over the why and the how, and now what? What do we do? I mean, that is usually sometimes the trickiest thing, right? Is, okay, so I know my why. My why is, for my family, so I can spend more time with them and be able to be there for them and pick them up from school. Very simple, tangible goals. My how, I realized that it can't be achieved with one, my current job, and also any really full-time job that requires me to be in-house somewhere and have, frankly, normal working hours like 9 to 5. People say 9 to 5. I've never had a 9 to 5 job. Maybe in college. I mean, all my jobs have been like 9 to 6. So I always say like it's really like 9 to 6. But no job is gonna let me leave every day at, if I have to pick up at 3:30, really I would have to leave at 3 or 2:30 depending on where the place is. So honestly, no job's gonna let me do that. And then my other thing that I realized in my how is, what did I realize? So flexible hours and I want to strive for something more than just, working part-time somewhere or selling, essential oils or candles or something. Nothing against that stuff, but I feel like I have, and we all have, these special skill sets that are unique to us. I like to say, like, my superpower. What's your superpower? So it's sad you want to utilize that. You don't want to just take someone else's business model and say, oh, I'm going to sell for them. I mean, you could definitely do that. Me personally, I know I don't want to do that. I want to create my own thing. I know that I have the capability and the knowledge to do so. So that, and the motivation too, because it's not an easy task. That will also take a lot more work, right? Because you're creating something from the ground up instead of just kind of doing this like prepackaged model. So do whatever fits you best. But for me, I want to run my own business that is very successful, obviously, and that will allow me flexible hours and the ability to work anywhere. And so now that I know that, now I have to think of what business I can run that will allow me to achieve that, right? So we're already halfway there. I just have to figure out the what. Good question. So for those that don't know me, and this is the first time that you're hearing from me, this is not my first time doing a side hustle, side venture type of thing. I am probably known among my friends to be a little crazy in the fact that I'm always doing something, whether it be, just taking photographs or creating a product and launching it on Kickstarter, which I did, and I'll put a little post separately about the different ventures. But more specifically, I learned so much from these ventures. I will say that, the Burger Lift, for instance, that I'll link to another post about that and my thoughts and what I learned and my experiences from that is an invention that my husband dreamt up. And then one day I was like, I'm sick of you talking about this. Let's just do it. Let's try it. And we did, and it was so interesting. It's essentially like a little trivet, I like to say, that elevates your burger above the plate. So when you're eating the burger, all the juices that come down, you don't have to sit your burger down back on those juices. It kind of sits up on this little elevated platform, so it keeps your buns dry. Anyway, so we were able as a team to create the product from scratch, do prototyping, and then launch it on Kickstarter, do a whole Kickstarter campaign, and go through manufacturing and sales and the whole spectrum and I learned so much. And our Kickstarter campaign was successful. We raised, I forget now, was it like 13,000 or 15,000? It's been a while. And we did it bootstrapped, all just us, team of 3. And of course it helped that one of my superpowers is visual, so I was able to do all the video and the graphics and everything in-house, and we had the 3D background. So anyway, but what I did learn with that is that it's not for me. Not that if we hustled and we booked it, I have no doubt it could have been successful, but I did not have it. Like, after doing it, right now, if you ask me to do a product, I'm just like, no, I'm good for now. Because it requires a lot of things that don't fit into my why, my ideal lifestyle. So then why am I going to dedicate myself and my time to something that ultimately won't give me what I want in life, my lifestyle? I don't want this lifestyle where I'm creating physical products now and have inventory and dealing with things like shipping and sales and whatnot. So I've actually like pigeonholed it to be like, nope, okay, so physical products out. I've experienced that. I know what it's like, and I know enough to say it's not exactly what I want for myself. And then also, just like I said before, no brick and mortar. And my goal, it might be your goal, but my goal is not to run a company of thousands of people and be the CEO and go into work every day and work these like horrendously long hours, because that's not what I want to do. And knowing these things gives me such freedom, I have to say. So enough, they're like, okay, we know what you don't want to do. What do you want to do? So what I want to do is create an online business that allows me the freedom to work from anywhere as long as I have an internet service, and is, relatively a small overhead. I'm very big on no overhead, which I'm like, why wouldn't you be, right? But like brick and mortars, like the idea of rent and whatnot just does not appeal to me. And the idea that you can create something online that creates no physical clutter, because I'm big on no clutter and stuff. So it's this online presence that creates value for people that you can deliver it wherever they live in the world. So instantly, also instant things, or I love this like instant gratification of like, here, you want this? There you go. So with that in mind, and also using my superpowers, which my superpowers are visually, I joke that I can make anything look good. But like, if you ask me about writing copy, forget it. So we all have our own superpowers, right? So visually, and then I don't know if you know this, but my background is in 3D animation, specifically lighting, to the extent that I've even co-authored a book called Lighting for Animation, which, kind of makes me technically an expert in it. And not to mention, I've been working in this industry for, I don't even know how long, I'm going to date myself, nearly 20 years. So I think that qualifies me to be, an expert of sorts, to be able to teach. So that is going to be my what, is this online school called TDU. That's my current one, I have to tell you, because I have like a lot of things going on, but I need to focus. I need to focus talking to you guys right now. I'm going to give myself about 30 more seconds to tell you, and then I'm going to cut out because I'm just rambling. So my what, get to the point, is TDU. It's an online school that teaches lighting. Specifically, right now we're going to do a niche group, because it's all about starting really specific and niche. And lighting is something that is underserved. You see all these courses for animation, but nothing for lighting. And it's something that I created with my co-founder, that we found that there was a need for it. We were going on recruiting trips, and people were just not being taught how to light. And personally, I was never taught how to light. I had to learn on the job. So we decided to create a resource where people can actually learn the fundamentals of lighting and what we wish we had when we were in school. So that is the what. It's going to be an online school. It's called TDU, and it's specifically right now focused on lighting for animation. And that's it. Let's do it. What do you think? And I should mention that TDU has been in existence. We started this school, I don't even know now, maybe 4 years ago or 5. And it was doing well, but we kind of, we took a break for like a year, 2 years ago. And we revamped it. Like, we changed the business model, we changed the way that we're teaching to create a better resource for our students, and also how we can deliver it in a better way as well. So this is what this journey part specifically, I'm going to be talking about how we are getting TDU up and going, the progress, and all that good stuff. I'm sure I'll ramble on the side about some other thing here and there because that's just me. Anyway, I went over my 30 seconds. Stop screaming at me. I will see you guys soon with updates. Bye.